bucket list with your cousin, bro. Like, come on, bro.
I don't know. I just think you're the one.
Story time for when I forced my mans to cheat on his girl on a 2-man. Here we out though.
Cheating has become normalized because this dating culture keeps teaching people that loyalty is all of a sudden optional. They turn the word accountability into another form of trauma. All of a sudden, getting your get back is some kind of empowerment, and every relationship is about having power over the other person.
I don't know. I just think you're the one. No, and like, honestly, I think you might be the best I've ever had. I don't know. Like, I've never been more sure about anyone.
I'm not gonna lie, I went through her profile before watching this. This is her entire account, and this video has 600,000 likes. So yeah. Using this incest cheating situation as an example, not just because it's a mess, but because it ties into my exact point. No one is making actual points about the severity of what's happening. Instead, they're playing it off more with jokes and humiliation, and then people using this disaster as proof that all relationships are just cooked. Now, I'm not gonna lie, cheating with your cousin is insane, but we already knew that. Everyone is just trying to get a quick laugh and some views because the situation is popping right now. People see this guy getting clowned on and getting his views, and so everyone's hopping on the bandwagon. The girl is getting eviscerated off the internet, but it's so much bigger than this one thing.
First, I want to address the note that was released online. I did not have any involvement in creating it or writing.
It was a shared note. Bro, on Apple phones, you share a note to somebody. You collaborate on a note. Both people, you have to literally like damn near like accept that shit. Am I tripping? You have a bucket list with your cousin, bro. Like, come on, bro. Some of the stuff that's on there doesn't even make sense if he wrote it from his point of view. The internet is not that stupid.
Cheating used to be something people were ashamed of, I think, and actually unwilling to do. But now it's become this new form of content. We can argue the boyfriend in the situation was already relevant before this happened, but it doesn't really take away from how crazy the whole thing is as a whole. Somebody cheats, gets exposed, the internet turns it into a meme, the other person then makes a response video and then puts SA allegations on the dude, and then the internet turns it into even more memes. And then everyone uses this situation to confirm what they already believed. I'm not going to say who or what I believe in this case because it is the internet, but I will say nothing of this entire controversy helps the reality of dating in 2026. Men use this to say this is why you can't trust women, even their cousin. Women or the simps use this to say
this is why men are the worst thing in existence.
And nobody is learning anything. They're just okay with having another reason to be single and hate the opposing gender. The conversation is never really even about loyalty. It's always about this gender war.
Honestly, if women treated men the same way men have treated women, like, they would be pissing their panties right now.
Well, this will be fun, because apparently someone hasn't been paying attention, because there certainly are some, if not a lot of women, that are certainly giving it their darndest to treat men exactly the way that a lot of women have been treated by some of those men over the years. You know, like being sexist, disregarding their feelings, ignoring their emotional needs. But go on.
Because they be always trying to call women emotional and whatever.
Well, a lot of women are emotional.
But let a woman make so much as a joke about a man, and he's shitting himself.
While ignoring the actual fact that there's a lot of women out there that actually count on men making disparaging comments so that they can make even more content disparaging men. I guess I didn't think about that part.
It's like a man would not last a day in a prepubescent girl's shoes. Like, he literally would not. Those fools can't even handle a joke. Meanwhile, we've spent our entire lives being called dishwashers, being body shamed, all that shit, even by people we know and love.
Some honestly believe that men don't go through any kind of struggles, that they have it easy being men, that they're never shamed for anything, picked on, or have to go through any difficulties. It's truly amazing.
Let a girl make one joke, one sly little comment about a man, all of a sudden it's, wow, stop this gender war going on, even though we're the ones predominantly murdering women.
No, there's no gender war. Just a lot of women making themselves look foolish.
I'm starting to believe we are in a cheating epidemic. And people have always been cheating, but now with how dating is, more people are defending the mindset that leads to cheating. But the reason I wanted to talk about this issue, starting with this whole cousin thing, is not to sit here and act like I know every detail of the relationship, because I don't know and no one else really does. All we have is about an hour of footage from both sides. And on a grand scale, we didn't just see a relationship falling apart, but more evidence for people to say that women are evil or that men are toxic. Even if the whole situation was reversed, it would still cause the same effect. This would have just been used as ammunition to hate the other gender and defend the idea that dating is pointless. We know cheating is bad. We already have entire YouTube channels built around catching them. But instead of us asking why people are so comfortable betraying someone that they claim to love, we go right to shitting on them as a whole. And again, I do not stand by anything that she did, but there's levels to this. And as a result, the situation's virality will be used to fuel more hate than actual reasonable discourse. Now, in all fairness, it's this age of the internet where no one takes anything serious. So when these scandals happen, it's not just based on the individual, but now it's based on entire groups as a whole. But in this case, we had a person who claimed to be depressed, going through some stuff, and then claiming that the relationship was also toxic. And in this case, that person also ended up taking the Alabama method. But cheating overall is just a character issue. When someone wants the comfort of a relationship but the freedom of acting single. When a guy rejects me, but I remember I have a loving boyfriend waiting for me at home, who cares? I might be a cheater, but I know where home's at. Girls need variety and guys need to respect. What? If only I could repost? Give a makeup tutorial? Shout power? Edward? When women be wicked? Is this an edit? Get this off my screen. We should know by now that you can't expect loyalty and forgiveness, but still want a little roster on the side. You getting thrashed is not healing, you're just a fucked up person. The whole cheating epidemic comes from the way that people talk about dating now. The whole red pill manosphere pushed men to disrespect women, have options, replace women, and then never be nice.
I keep seeing posts on TikTok where women are talking about how easy men are. It's easy to get men to do this, it's easy to get men to do that. Men are easy. If men are so easy, how come you don't have a ring on your finger? If men are so easy, how come you're not married? Obviously, men can't be that easy. Only thing that's easy, it's easy for a man to clap your cheeks.
And here we go again. Another great example of why we have this male loneliness epidemic.
Crazy, bro.
Yes, men are very easy to get, okay? It's been evident for many, many years. The only thing a woman has to do is exist, and men will be pursuing her left and right. He said that if men were so easy, how come you're not married? Listen, just because men are easy does not mean they're worth marrying.
Facts.
Yeah, we're the prize. Hey, what you done? Where you going? How come you never take me to dinner? Huh? You never open the door for me. Hey,
Wanna be a
you
bad
look
bitch.
good. Hey, little mama. What you done?
Nah.
Wanna come over and chill?
Alright,
Can you cook me
make
dinner?
you make me uncomfortable. The pink pill is almost the same thing, just worded differently, where they're expected not to settle, have a roster, and then use men.
In 2020, I was so pink-pilled, which if you don't know is red pill for women. I was so pink-pilled. I was like, oh my god, I can't believe this guy just asked me out and he didn't even buy me like a Chanel to start.
If anyone is taking these mental pills seriously, you need to stay far away from them. Red, pink, black, it really does not matter. Everyone thinks they're protecting themselves by training themselves to never love anyone properly while also never healing because they think it's safe. But if you enter every relationship assuming the other person is your enemy, why even date? You're literally just playing games. I don't understand how we evolved this much as a society and y'all still want to play games and solve riddles just to be with somebody. As more people think like that, cheating looks less like failure and more like a strategy to solve dating. So we get cases of a girlfriend showing it off to her cousin, no remorse, while her boyfriend is in the other room. These dating coaches slap some half-assed ideas onto the internet to make betrayal sound smart, detachment normal, and being selfish as a form of respecting yourself. A cheating story drops, and everyone starts watching her life like an episode of Lust Island. People clip the confession, report the memes, and then be like, damn, I'm glad I'm single, while dragging the cheater and laughing at the same person who got cheated on. And jokes always got some truth to them. Within 2 weeks, no one's gonna care, probably even less. But at the end of the day, both these people put this weight on themselves and added more fuel to the already cooked dating market. So once it hit the internet, any truth in these arguments got turned to entertainment. The betrayal itself may have been personal, but the internet uses it to further show that certain genders can't be trusted. So people aren't even dating people, but they're just dating ideas. Even though we know not everyone is toxic or a cheater. Now your current partner is dealing for what your ex did to you because you didn't even heal. And you gotta take into account it's younger people watching this too. So they'll continue growing up thinking loyalty is impossible. Even in my video about Gen Z dating, I feel like I may have fueled the issue too much as well. My goal isn't for everyone to become a cold-hearted individual or think that love is a scam, because my personal opinion, like anyone's, does not represent reality. A lot of people want the aesthetic without the discipline, the pictures, the text, the bedtime wrestling, even having a good support system, but it comes with responsibility and commitment. So now honesty becomes a lot and communication becomes a lot. And instead of just leaving, they just chase the same high that got them in the relationship in the first place. Truth is, most of y'all just can't admit to being unstable. Or you can, but you don't have enough discipline to just chill out.
Story time from when I forced my man to cheat on his girl on a two-man gang. Hear me out, though.
Hear me out. Y'all gotta hear the story.
So boom, gang. So boom.
We gonna listen to this?
Takes place like a couple years ago, man. And it was me and my
Story 7 minutes, by the way.
with us on a family trip to Amsterdam, gang. We went on a fucking trip to Amsterdam.
I think I'm gonna just leave it there. At the end of the day, men cheat and lie, women cheat and lie. We all get hurt, but the truth is, if your response to cheating is men this, woman that, you're a part of the problem and you need to shut up. Cheating is never just one mistake. You had to flirt first, then have the conversation, then build the attachment, and then lie about it. And before you know it, you digging in your cousin. When I say there's a cheating epidemic, I'm talking about a culture that keeps making betrayal look normal for anything. And a culture that keeps turning pain into content. And just another reason for men and women to hate each other. Until people learn how to be honest, disciplined, and hold themselves accountable, this gender war is going to continue. Nobody trusts anybody. Everyone has a backup. Everyone is scared of looking stupid. And y'all need to just let your ego go for once. Love cannot survive in a world where everyone's trying to win and be better than their other person.
Wow, that was so powerful. Academy Award.